1986, Mike was commissioned by the Saginaw County Sesquicentennial Committee. I practiced all night long.
It's a hard word.
To compose the score for an original musical about the lumbering era in Saginaw to be performed by pit and balcony actors at the Temple Theater. Shortly after accepting the job, Mike Manley reports that Mr. Brush came into work and, overwhelmed with the immense undertaking, stated, "Well, there goes my career."
With some help from Dorothy Ragosa, the show was written and became known as Green Gold. Bob Cerbera was the artistic director at Pit and Balcony at that time, and he speaks glowingly of the work produced by the deeply talented Mike Brush and of their friendship which resulted. Several other collaborations between the two followed, with Mike providing original songs and orchestrations and underscoring for shows at P&B. Bob points out that musical theater is quite different from the music that Mike was comfortable with and used to, and that he had to work long and hard in the chilly room above his garage to adapt to its nuances. But he persevered. And on one particular day, Mike came into the theater breathless with excitement to report his recent discovery that axe could be rhymed with lumberjacks.
Next up is a song from Green Gold. This video features Alejandro Cervantes and Caroline Asiala in a performance filmed just this year in the Bijou Orchestra's Made in Michigan concert, with a nod and a smile to our dear friend Leo Najar. Here's Dreams.
Yes, so Green Gold was all about the lumbering era, and actually it gets into other issues that were issues in the history of Saginaw. So it's actually quite an interesting show. I did hear some of the music from it, even though I didn't get to go to the performance, and I'm going to let Mike tell you why there were some problems associated with the performance. It was kind of sad, but that's later. This is a beautiful little piece of music, and I know that you are now enamored of hearing these guys sing, so I'll waste no more time.
Of that video, all the videos you've seen tonight are the product of the genius of Jesse Gonzalez from SETV. He's just been brilliant through all of this. And just so you know, we're filming tonight too, so if anybody turns inside out, it's because he's filming his own films, and we might be caught in some kind of a time loop. One of Mike's most recent gifts to Saginaw came just a few months ago when the Saginaw Pride organization...
Oh, I'm supposed to interrupt you.
Okay, please do.
And say, who in 1996 named Mike Brush Grand Marshal of their 19th annual Christmas Pride Parade.
The Pride organization tapped him on the shoulder to help dedicate the new Pride Mobile for their Friday Night Live summer concert series. And Mike responded with a song called Pride in Saginaw.
I'd like to introduce the family. Without their support, and you know, listen to Mike's music, family means everything to him. And we could not have made this would not have been possible without the absolute cooperation, round-the-clock work of Kathy Brush. We have Mike's two children, I call them children now, Adam and Aaron Brush. Because I held her in my living room when she was 2 months old, and she fit right about here. Also like to introduce Carol Jane Kennedy. Jill, Lori, and Julie. Person I now think is the most beautiful young woman in the world, and granddaughter, Kylie Brush. We'd like to thank all of you for coming tonight, the family especially. I know this has been a labor of love for all of them, and Kathy, she was bursting, trying not to tell her husband about this night, and finally at Spencer's one night, between set 2 and 3, she decided, I can't take it anymore, we have to tell him now, before she exploded. And I want to give a special thanks tonight to Janet Nash, the former principal here. In the program, Janet and I are listed as co-chairs. If I was on the tiny chair, she had the big person's chair. She did about 95% of heavy lifting for this show tonight. I get to stand up here and talk. All the stuff you see came together in large part because Jan still has that principal hat that you got to take off. Thank you to the people on our committee. Mia Kraft, who has been just unbelievable. If you've got tickets, she's responsible for it. She has been with Mike forever. Gwen McMillan, Rhonda Butler, Sandra Darlin, Ken Kuski, who you'll hear from later, Susie Harrington, my wife Judy, Jeremiah Kraniak, and Jeff Larson, the two teachers who have done a wonderful job here tonight. This was an absolute labor of love. Having said that, it is time for some music. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Brush and friends.
To the state, the folks who came before Well, I'm going to do a song by myself. We're going to do a couple songs that are requests that I didn't write. Well, as we've been talking over things, I think something Bob or Sue asked me about the first time that I performed in public, or what kind of got me hooked on performing. And I think it was back in 5th grade, and I had a teacher by the name of Verla Jean Link. Favorite teacher?
No.
Oh. Top 3?
Yes.
Okay. She sent me clippings until recently. She passed away a couple of years ago. Yeah. Anyways, one of the songs that was a big popular tune at the time, I learned at a piano lesson, and she let me play it in the classroom. And the kids got around the piano, and that was kind of cool for a minute because I knew something was on the radio. So sure it would. I'd probably play it differently now, I'm not sure. You could sing along if you know it. On the bank of the river, stood running there, young and brave. On the other side of the river, stood a lovely Indian maid. Little white girl wasn't her name, such a lovely sight to see. But the tribes fought with each other, so that love could never be. The running bear loved little white dove, oh love, the biggest the sky. Running bear loved little white dove, oh love, that couldn't die. He couldn't swim the raging river, because the river was too wide. He couldn't reach the little white dove waiting on the other side. In the moonlight, he could see her throwing kisses across the waves. Her little heart was beating faster, waiting there for the rain. The running bear loved little white dove, love is the sky. The running bear loved little white dove, love that couldn't die. Running bear said her, running bear dove in the water, and little white dove did the same. And they swam out to each other through the swirling stream they came. As their hands touched and their lips met, the raging river pulled them down. Now they'll always be together in their happy hunting ground. Running bear loved little white dove, with love is the sky. The running bear loved little white dove, with love that couldn't die. I don't know if that's true or not.
I'd like to invite some musicians out here to play a couple songs, and these next two songs, I'd like to invite out first Dr. Jack Nash. I was going to say something about extract some great sounds out of the bass. This is Mr. Jim Foger's Jefferson on the drums. I go back to the wedding ministry in Midland shortly after I get married. And on the guitar, Mr. Ron Lopez. So I asked Ron, what songs you want to do? We're going to do a couple tunes. I said, you tell me what you want to do. And so he picked two, and fortunately there are two that I know. How'd you get to have Andrew for a roadie? Most excellent. I'm just, well, you can imagine, I'm pretty much blown away by this whole thing. This is just amazing. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the committee that put all this together and all the performers. Jeez, it's amazing. I purposely didn't look at a program. I haven't looked at the program yet because I was getting like one all these surprises as we go. Anyways, we're gonna. You good to go? We're 66. These kind of also conform to some requests that Mike Manley had. So this is all good.
Travel my way, take the highway, that's the best. If it kicks on 66, well, it winds from Chicago to LA, more than 2,000 miles away. You go to St. Louis, down to Missouri, Oklahoma City looks so pretty. Go to see Amarillo, Gallup, New Mexico, Flagstaff, Arizona. Don't forget Winona, in Mombasa, San Bernardino. Won't you get to this town Egypt when you make that California trip? Get your kicks on 66, get your kicks. Mr. Lopez. next door. Flagstaff, Arizona, don't forget Winona. Remember, I said, won't you get to this time? That California trip. Get your kicks on 66. Get your kicks on 66. We're gonna get your kicks on 66.
Van Morrison classic, Moon Dance. Out there, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, it's a marvelous night for a moon dance with a star up above your eyes. A fantabulous night to make romance be the cover of October skies. While all the leaves on the trees are falling to the sound of the breezes that blow. And I'm trying to please you, the calling of your heartstrings that play soft and low. You know the night's magic seems to whisper and hush. The soft moonlight seems to shine in your blush. Can I just step one more moon dance with you, my love? Can I just make some more romance with you, my love? Well, I wanna make love to you tonight. I can't wait till the morning has come. And I know now the time is just right, and straight into my arms you'll run. When you come, my heart will be waiting to make sure that you're never alone. And then all my dreams will come true, dear. And then I will make you my own. And every time I touch you, you just tremble inside. I know how much you want me, that you can't hide. Can I just step one more moon dance with you, my love? Can I just make some more romance with you, my love, my love, my love? That's a marvelous night for a moon dance with the star above your eyes. A fantabulous night to make romance in the cover of October skies. All the leaves on the trees are falling to the sound of the breezes that blow. And I'm trying to please the calling of your heartstrings that play soft alone. You know the night's magic seems to whisper and hush. And the soft moonlight seems to shine in your blush. Can I just step one more moon dance with you, my love? love. Can I just make some more romance with you, my love? The one more moon dance with you in the moonlight on a magic night. Love, 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 love. Just some moonlight, moonlight. Oh, magic night. Can I just have one more moon dance with you, my love? Mr. Ron Lopez on the guitar. Dr. Jack Nash on the bass. Mr. Jim Fulkerson on the drums. He'll be back in a few. Thank you, gentlemen. Oh, man. That's good. That last song is a song that's only legal to play 1 month out of the year, of course. That's October. I'm going to do a couple songs right now that I wrote, and these are both songs that have an autumn theme. And this first one, when Andrew and Adam and company played earlier, they took some songs from my Exposed album that was done in 1985, and this one was on that same album, and I'm not sure why I would have written this, because it kind of talks about as you live your life, there comes a time when you reflect and your life gets analyzed, I guess, you know. So I thought not only is it an autumn theme, but maybe this has something to do a little bit with this event. So this one's called Harvest Moon. Days seem to pick up their own momentum, and mornings come too soon. Every day is left with ever more undone, believing there are things we have to do. I used to feel a certain kind of energy. I thought would never dissipate, but getting charged up now seems harder somehow. I'm always running, just a little late. It's always getting closer to harvest time. Another season passing through. What will the autumn heavens whisper as I stand underneath the harvest moon? sense. They lay the purpose and the plan. And as the days and nights unfold to make a life, there comes about the measure of a man. It's always getting closer to harvest time. The shape of what we are is human. What will the autumn heavens whisper as I stand underneath the harvest moon? Underneath the harvest moon.
I'd like to bring out my partner in these, many of these songs, Miss Julie Milady. This next song I wrote a couple years ago. A suggestion by Julie, based on something she saw on TV, I think. And this one is the picture is an older couple walking through the park, and the woman, I don't know if it necessarily needs to be the woman, but that works. It's reflecting on their life and they're passing through time, and it's kind of a similar message. Yeah, it's called There We Are. I'd like to send this one to Kathy.
There we are, bundled together, squeeze the chill right out of the weather. There you are, rubbing my shoulder like you still do in the sleepy mornings as the leaves start to fall around us. Every breeze takes me back. I see us everywhere in happy faces, young and in love. There we are, walking in slow step, with our hands wrapped round paper coffee cups, just sipping and talking like we still do in the sleepy morning. Every leaf is part of our picture. Every tree is a year, a pleasure to be true, just strolling through this park with you. Are you seeing it too? That I am loving you. It goes on and on, seamless are the old and new. See the sun sift through the colors and so gently illuminate us in the blush of the moment is our story, our motion picture, as the leaves start to fall around us. Take my hand like you do. I evermore would love to be passing through time with you. Leaves all seem to be swirling and dancing. Every breeze sings our tune. And here we are in our silent way, taking in the afternoon.
Thank you. Hey, let's bring out Dwayne Miller on bass. And here comes Jim Fulkerson and Matt Corrigan on guitar. Dwayne Miller on bass. It's pretty cool though to, well, he's getting, to write songs like the one that Julie just sang and actually have Julie sing it. That's pretty cool. Here he comes, here he comes. Oh. There was an inside chance that was true. Oh, okay. It was really cool to hear like students do songs that are so old, you know, like 39-Foot Dome. And, Ron Serderson that was up here from the Poppers was the person I was talking to that got me thinking about the geodesic dome, and he's a bass player, so that song kind of was built around him somehow loosely. Me either. But Bill Thibodeau, who taught here for many years, did, and brought me a big picture of one, so that's pretty cool. Yeah. Got Louisiana? Yeah. Mike Manley had another request. And given the circumstances, like, okay. So this is one that we do. It's called Louisiana Sunday Afternoon. You good? You good? Okay. 1, 2, 3, go.
Temperature is rising from the heat. I feel desire burning in the street. Ooh, I'm missing you. You said you'd love me too. Ah, honey, where are you? Under the sky blue, Louisiana Sunday afternoon. Lord, you've got to help me make it through. I can't wait to see my baby soon. Oh. But I'm sitting here in my room all alone. Ooh, I'm missing you. You said you'd love me forever. Wish I was kissing you and we could be together. Ah, Louisiana, Sunday afternoon. Lord, you got to help me make it through. I can't wait to see my baby soon. Louisiana, Sunday afternoon. Louisiana, Sunday afternoon. Lord, you got to help me make it through. I can't wait to see my baby soon. Louisiana, Sunday afternoon. I hear the tap, 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 tap of your footsteps. I hear the rap, rap, rap on my door. Louisiana, Sunday afternoon. Oh, my baby's at my door, not a minute too soon. Yeah. Oh, my baby lets me love him through and through. Oh, Louisiana, Sunday afternoon. Louisiana, Sunday afternoon. Louisiana, Sunday afternoon. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay, well, we had another request. This is a song that I wrote for Julie to sing a few years ago. Oh, geez, 2004. Based on a review done by Janet Martineau, describing Julie's voice as warm chocolate. So here it is, warm chocolate.
The flowers you bring me are fine. The trinkets, the cards, and the wine. The nights on the town are sublime. There's only one thing on my mind. The feel of warm chocolate dripping from your fingertips, the taste of warm chocolate, taking little sips from your lips. The the poetry soft in my ear, whispering hard and sincere, and the jazz playing bluesy and cool. There's only one thing left to do. I want the warm chocolate dripping from your fingertips, the taste of warm chocolate, taking little sips from your lips. Now the chocolate they bake in a truffle cake is great for the average girl. I like it melted just right, a little extra delight comes with a decadent swirl. I want the warm chocolate dripping from your fingertips, the taste of warm chocolate, taking little sips from your lips. Warm. Dabba or dove it, you know that I love it. Warm chocolate, sweetness is my weakness.
You little lady, you little lady. Very good. I know it's getting late. Where did the time go, huh? I hear Mr. Tucker. It's Mr. Ron Tucker. Do you remember the Tucker Blues Band? Yes. Here he comes. I hear him. I hear him. It's Ron Tucker. You play some harmonica. I'm going to give him double duty. Ron's going to sing this one too. This is another Mike Manley request. We're going to do two more songs. Do this one and then one last one. So this is we're in the retreads together, and we're just combining things here tonight, aren't we? This is Sweet Home Chicago. Oh, come on, baby, don't you wanna go? Oh, come on, baby, don't you wanna go back to that same old place, that sweet, sweet home Chicago? Oh, come on, baby, don't you wanna go? Come on, baby, don't you wanna go back to that same old place, that sweet, sweet home Chicago? Well, one one's two, 6 and 2 is 8. Come on, baby, now don't make me evil. Come on, baby, don't you wanna go back to that same old place, that sweet, sweet home Chicago? Well, one one's 2, 6 and 3 is 9. Come on, baby, now get back in line. Oh, come on, baby, don't you wanna go back to that same old place, the sweet, sweet home Chicago? Oh, come on, baby, don't you wanna go? Oh, come on, baby, don't you wanna go back to that same old place, that sweet, sweet home Chicago? Thank you. This will be our last song. This one's called Put your heart into it. Goes something like this. Wrote a song about it. Goes something like this. Put your heart into it. Put your heart into it. If you can't put your heart into it. If you can't put your heart into it. If you can't put your heart into it. Why do it? What people talk all they want, and they can moralize, or mystify, or justify, or demonize. But there is some direction one should never take. There are some concessions one should never make. If what you're doing, you know it's for real, then give it your stamp, give it your seal. The world you create is the world that you own. And this is your life, but it's not your home. So put your heart into it. Put your heart into it. If you can't put your heart into it, why do it? Mr. Corrigan over there. Follow your heart, it will show you what's real. You know that it is by the way that you feel. You think it is a miracle, a real big deal. It is, it is. One day you feel the feeling coming over you, and on the day that it happens, you know what to do. You put your heart into it. You just can't help but put your heart into it. Like a big superhero come to shatter all fear. You step out of the cloud and now you are in the clear. And with your fists on your hips in your brand new tights and a full-length mirror, it will be love at first sight. You just got to do it. Put your heart into it. Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Ron Tucker on the harmonica. Dwayne Miller on the bass. Jim Fulkerson on the drums. And Mr. Matt Corrigan on the guitar. Thank you so much. Awesome, awesome. Just too much. Thank you. Thank you all.
One more time. You can stay standing. Probably feels good. Whew. We did it. Thank the committee. You did a wonderful job putting this together. Students, teachers, musicians, patron ticket buyers, everybody. I want to do one thing before we leave. This was sponsored. This is the idea of one person, Mr. Ken Kuski, who is the president of the Saginaw Public Schools Foundation Board of Directors. Last spring sometime, he said, you know what? We never really got a proper chance to say goodbye to Mike. And everybody said, yeah, that's true. And then he said, you know, we have started a tradition in the foundation of honoring outstanding alumni. We have done athletic teams, organizations. We're working our way through. The first individual that we have recognized is Mike Brush. For obvious reasons. I was sitting in Florida, in Winter Springs, Florida, at our son and daughter-in-law's house, and I was looking at palm trees when I was on a conference call in the morning, and they said, what do you think about doing a concert tribute to Mike Brush? And I said, I'm in. Count me in. At that point, I had no idea what we had all gotten ourselves into. People came out of the woodwork suggesting, do this, talk to this person, have that, don't forget this. The result is what you saw tonight, and it is the work of one gentleman right here, Mr. Mike Brush. Ken, would you come up and say a few words, please, and we'll get everybody out in the lobby.
I don't know where to begin, but I know I've got to be very brief. I want to first thank Mike for a happy marriage. Mike, yeah. Not yours as well. Mike played at our wedding. But I have to tell you, I have the easiest and the toughest job in the world right now. One, the easiest is to continue the good work of the Saginaw Public School Foundation, where we hope to make an extraordinary experience for your students. And that's so easy with the talent and the community we work with. The hard part I have to do tonight is bring it to an end. And this is sort of like the closing titles on the Mr. Brush opus. And you can imagine but I'm going to ask you to look in your programs and not listen to me read over 200 people who eagerly volunteered their time and energy and efforts. And especially I want to mention one name we didn't get to, which is Kathleen Faverka, who is outside preparing desserts and the afterglow for all of you. So we want to thank her. But the closing thought I wanted to have is that what they say of great art is it changes the way we see the world. And that's true of paintings, and it's true of dance, and it's true of song. Mike's changed our world. He's captured the spirit, the energy, the values that we hope to inspire in children throughout the community. But if you can take with you, if I can challenge you to take with you the Mike Brush Challenge, the art, the meaning, and the purpose that he's given to all of us in this community. Mike, thanks.
Well, this good wife he had, her mind began to stutter. Just his smile, the way he talked, had her heart melting like butter. She said, what about the house? What about the new car? What about the kids? You may be going too far. But then maybe your garden big enough to feed us. Wind generator got the way the beat us. Solar panels on the roof. I know we can do it, baby, I got proof. I know we can do it, baby, I got proof. I'm gonna build us a dome. I ain't talking about conventional structure. I'm gonna build us a sensible home. A 39-foot in diameter dome. I got specifications. I made calculations. All on paper now, look and see. Come on, baby, I know we can be free. So the house kept the old car, kept the kids that didn't move too far, did just what they planned to do. The payments are low and the stress is too. He went back to playing bass. He only plays jazz, you want to see his face. Talks with a smile that lasts a mile. He walks with stride that's white with pride. And he's working for no one else, working for no one else. See, they build him a dome. I ain't talking about conventional structure, no. They build him a sensible home. A 39-foot in diameter dome, a 39-foot in diameter